Hi everybody, I am Dr. T. Miranda Lakshmi, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, St. Joseph College, Cuddalore. Today we are going to see about Unified Modeling Language, that is UML. UML is a standard language in order to specify, visualize, construct and document the artifacts of a software system. It was being created by the Object Management Group, that is OMG, and they are continuously making different efforts in order to create a truly industry standards. UML is different from other languages such as C, C++, Java. So before getting into UML, we have to know what actually a model is. A model is an abstract representation of a system which is being constructed to understand the system prior to building or modifying it. So whenever you are going to develop a system, we have to develop a model first. If you are going to manufacture a car, so we have to model a car, then only we will be able to manufacture it. Similarly, if you are going to construct a house, so we have to have a blueprint, then we will be constructing a house. Similarly, if you are going to develop a system, we have to have an abstract representation. Most of the modeling techniques involves graphical language and it uses some set of symbols. We have seen the software development life cycle. In that software development life cycle, the modeling is being implemented in analysis stage, design stage and in your implementation stage. So UML is a graphical language for OOAD. It gives a standard way to write a software system's blueprint. If you want to construct a house, we need a blueprint because it will be easier for the customer to understand what actually the problem is. So mainly this UML was designed in order to depict the structure and the relationship in a complex system, which makes it very easier. So models, there are two types. One is static model, the other one is your dynamic model. Static model can be viewed as a snapshot of a system. For example, if you're going to take a photo, so during that particular time, how the system behaves, that it will be depicted in this static model. So some of the examples for your static model is your class diagram and use case diagram. The next is the dynamic model. A dynamic model can be viewed as a collection of procedures or a behavior that are taken together and reflects the behavior of the system over time. So in simple, we can say that when a system is running or when the system is being operating, then it is called as dynamic behavior of a system. So for example, if you're going to go for an ATM machine, if you're going to construct an ATM machine, if you're going to build an ATM machine, how it will be working, that can be done in this dynamic model. In each state, how it is being working, in each time, how it will be working, then that can be said in this dynamic model. So if you're going to take the examples for your dynamic model is your sequence diagram, collaboration diagrams. Why this modeling is that much important? So we have heard about a saying, picture is worth 1,000 words, which means a picture may convey many ideas than a written words. So one who is going to view an image will be easily attracted. For example, the students will be easily attracted by the games or some pictorial representations because it is one way of representing the words in an easier manner. So that is the reason we are going for modeling. So modeling, it is used to have a blueprint before the software is being constructed. So a good model is very useful in order to communicate between the project teams. So if you're going to take the modeling language, it must include these three things. One is the model element, notations and guidelines. What is this model elements? The semantics of a system is called as the model element. Notations, what are the visual representations we are going to use? What are the symbols we are going to use? That is called as notations. Guidelines, how we are going to express the system. So what are the rules and regulations you are going to follow? That is called as guidelines. Next, we are going to see about the benefits of modeling. The main benefits of modeling is clarity in information, familiarity, maintenance and simplification. So if you have it will be very clear, it will be very familiar and it is easy to maintain it and it is very simple to use it. Advantage of modeling. Modeling reduces the complexity by separating those aspects that are very important and those are not important. It is very easy to represent the complex ideas in an easier manner. That is very easy. For example, if an architect is there, he'll be able to explain to the client with this blueprint in an easier manner. Similarly, this model will be very easier to communicate with the customers. The software engineers can communicate with the customers through these models. So models will enhance your learning. The cost of modeling, that is if you're going to develop a system and if you're going to develop a model, it will be very less when you're going to compare it with your constructing a system. So if you want to make any changes in a model, it is much easier than the real system. So that is one of the important thing for your modeling. So now I think you will be clear why this modeling is important. Now we can get into Unified Modeling Language, that is UML. So in the previous classes, we have seen about what actually a modeling is. Now we are going to see about what actually UML. So Unified Modeling Language, it is a graphical language. It is not a programming language like a C or C++ or anything. It is a graphical language with a set of rules and semantics. It is a language for specifying, constructing, visualizing and documenting the software system and its components. The rules and semantics of a model are expressed in a simple English called as object constraint language. These are the UML diagrams. We are having some 9 graphical diagrams, 9 graphical UML diagrams. The first one is the class diagram. It is called as a static diagram, which we have seen it already. We have seen 2 models. One is static model, the other one is dynamic model. Static model is being represented when you are going to have a snapshot. That is, a snapshot is called as your static model. Dynamic model is nothing but when the system is operated or when the system is running, then it is called as dynamic model. So class diagram stands for your static and use case diagram. Then for your behavioral diagram, you have interaction diagram. Under your interaction diagram, you are having 2 diagrams. One is your sequence diagram, the other one is your collaboration diagram. The next we have state chart diagram, activity diagram, and we have implementation diagram. Under your implementation diagram, we have component diagram and deployment diagram. Thank you.